The first thing I wanted to talk about was Instagram taking away likes. Now
Taking
I
away
know that
likes?
this is taking away likes, yeah, like it
Okay.
doesn't show you how many likes the picture has. So I know that like in Canada it's been around for a few months now.
Uh-huh.
Like have you noticed anything different on Instagram even when you post yourself?
Uh, I don't think I've posted since then, but like now, I remember when it first came out, it was like really like weird to me that I couldn't see it. And
Mhm.
now it's like it's very normal that I don't see the numbers and I don't really miss it anymore. I remember like when it first came out, I was like, fuck, I actually want to see the likes. Like I want to see how many likes this has. But but yeah, now
Isn't that weird?
it I
Instagram.
mean, it kind of makes sense. It is weird, but it's like, yeah, you want to see the you just want to see the number. I don't know.
Yeah, you just want to see like how many people actually liked it and shit.
Yeah. But now like I don't miss it.
Yeah, I don't either. Like I'm really happy they took it away because I remember the week that they took it away, I actually posted a picture
Uh-huh.
just to see if I actually like did not have any like not anxiety, but like I don't know what the word is. It's like very general, like a very broad version of anxiety where when you
Hmm.
post it, you're like, okay, how many people are gonna like it? Like I always
Yeah.
aim for like 100. Like
Yeah. Yeah,
that's like my
yeah.
minimum.
I remember I don't think about this too much anymore, but I remember in high school I was like, okay, you got to think of like the perfect time to like post, right?
Yeah.
Um
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah.
and I don't know, it's like prime time. I don't know when it is. Probably like
It's weird now
4
though
p.m. or something.
because in high school, it was very chronological the time, but then at some point they changed it to like I don't even
Yeah.
know how it works now. It's so weird.
Yeah, yeah. Now it's like I don't like that. I don't like how they like haven't made it just chronological. It kind of pisses me off.
You want it to be chronological,
Yeah, like
but you don't.
I want it to be just chronological.
Yeah, me too, me too. Because like now I scroll down my timeline and I see things from like 2 minutes ago and then like 2 days ago, like right underneath.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, I might have missed the thing from 2 days ago, but I still want to see it chronological. I
Like
can see
it
why they
makes
did it
sense,
though.
but it's
Yeah,
just weird.
because the whole point of it is because like when it's chronological, you're constantly checking it, right? To make sure that you didn't miss anything. So I guess
Hmm.
it's to like reduce that scrolling.
But they even added like the thing where after you've like seen everything, it like gives you a little like bar telling you like, okay, like there's no new post after this. You know what I'm talking about?
You know what's weird? I made a new account for like my art and shit.
Okay.
And like whenever I go on that, I always see that bar that says like you're updated on your posts.
Yeah.
But on my actual account, I never see that. I've never seen that once.
Really? It might be
Yeah,
because
so
you're
I think I
following
just
like people who post a lot or something.
yeah, I think I'm just following too many people. But
You know what I love though?
anyways, yeah, I posted what?
I love like purging my following. Like every now and then just going and being like, okay, I don't need to follow this anymore. I don't care about this
Yeah.
anymore. Or like, oh, this person isn't a part of my life anymore.
Bro, I did that like last week and I unfollowed so many people, like so many like recent people that I followed. Like
Uh-huh.
within the past 2 months, I followed like let's say 10 people, and I redid like my follower list, and I
Mhm.
unfollowed like 9 of those people because like I realized that
Why?
because I don't know, like most of the time it's like random like art shit,
Party
or
people or something? Oh, like art
maybe
shit.
it's like either art or like something to do with films or even like random girls. So I constantly see them updating their timeline and even like posting stories, and after a month or two, I'm like, it's too much, you know?
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of boring, eh?
Like it's like too invested for something that I don't even care about.
Hmm.
But I posted the first week where they took off Instagram likes,
Yeah.
and usually I aim for that 100 level. But this time when I posted it, like it was a really nice picture, so I knew it would get like around that much. But I really didn't have any like thoughts on it. Like I posted it and I just like let it out in the world,
but
which was like a really like nice
but
feeling.
can't you see yourself how many likes there are?
Yeah, but I don't care. Like if I can only see it, it doesn't matter to me. Like
Oh,
it
really?
only matters to me because like everyone else can see it. So it's like a
Hmm.
way of like not it's like a way of judging pretty much like social standing
Hmm.
on Instagram.
Okay, okay.
So
Yeah, like I
I
don't.
think it's pretty good, especially like these random pages that we follow people from like high school. I'm not gonna name any, but I remember when they took it off. I noticed they started posting a lot more too.
Really interesting. The thing is, you can, if you really wanted to, you could just go and like scroll through how many people liked it.
Yeah, but that's
If you're
fucking weird.
if you're a real weirdo, you can do that.
It's so fucking like lame.
Nah, bro, I do that shit for like for some spam accounts, you know.
Yeah, spam accounts is a bit different because there's barely anyone liking those shits.
I do. What's that one? Oh, I forgot his name. Okay,
Well,
anyways.
you know, I realized
What?
these Finstas, like these second accounts, are pretty much like it's like Twitter but
Hello?
Instagram. Hello.
Oh, sorry, you just cut out there.
Oh, that like these second accounts, these Finstas, they're
Uh-huh.
essentially like Twitter but for Instagram, or Twitter with pictures.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because the picture can be anything, like literally anything, but it's really the caption that matters.
I found that Finsters are like very they seem, whoever uses them, it's like very unstable, you know? like
Kind of.
mentally. And like
I
I
think
have one too, so
yeah, but I don't know. It depends on how you use it. Like I technically have one, but I
yeah.
only post it for like certain shit.
Yeah, yeah.
But there are definitely people out there who have Finstas and they just abuse it. And some of them don't even like private it. They just keep it public. I know multiple. I'm not talking about just one.
No, I know people too. But like I get what they're trying to do. Like I get it.
Like with the Finstas.
With just like, yeah, with like sharing a lot, you know, like expressing a lot. I feel like I've been there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean you want to share everything you're going through, right?
Exactly. But
It's
like
part
not
of the
everyone's like
fun.
that. Not everybody's like that.
No, not everyone. I know a few people who don't even post anything.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what's crazy?
What?
When someone has a Finsta and a Twitter. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know how much time you have on your hands with that shit.
Okay, we both have both, but we don't use either like a lot, I don't think.
Yeah, well, I used to use Twitter quite a bit, and then I stopped recently. Like I just like things now. I don't post very much.
Mm. I don't know like what I would even post on Twitter.
Well, it
And
depends, right? Like whether you want to keep like yourself anonymous or whether you want to put yourself out in the world.
mm,
Because the difference between the two is so drastic.
I feel like you're cutting
When
out
you're
a lot.
anonymous, am I?
Yeah.
Is it my internet?
Uh maybe, I don't know. Try it again.
You're not cutting out very much.
Hmm. Just try speaking a bit maybe closer to the mic or louder.
Okay. I'll try to talk closer to the mic. What was I saying? I forgot.
You were talking about Twitter.
Oh yeah, the difference between having an anonymous account on Twitter and having your face or your name on your account is like so drastic. You can do so much with either.
Mm.
Because when you're anonymous, you're pretty much a troll. Like it's pretty much a burner account, and you can really post anything. And those are like your true feelings. You know what I mean?
Okay, okay.
But when you have your face attached to it, then you have to be very careful because, okay, well, one advantage to having your face onto it is you can subtweet a lot easier.
You can subtweet a lot. Does that mean comment?
No, that just means like tweeting a lyric from a song, but it relating to someone you know, and like
Oh,
and
like a
you,
subliminal.
yeah, like a subtweet.
Okay, okay.
So that's a good advantage, I guess, if you want to like send messages and shit.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know. Yeah, I think Twitter is like one of the last like proper social medias for me, anyways. Personally,
Mm.
I know it's terrible, but like for me, I can go on there and it's pretty much a pleasant experience every time I go on there. Whereas with any other social media, it's like, what the fuck what am I on? Like
Really?
even with Snapchat, like if I swipe to the right and I see
Oh
all
yeah,
those
yeah.
different ads and all these different like publications talking about Kim Kardashian, it's like I don't care about any of this. or like
Yeah,
Shawn Mendes.
Snapchat is crazy. Snapchat, like how they've like these are ads. Like it's crazy how they're just like advertising to us like that. Like one
Yeah.
third of their entire platform is advertising.
Oh, I think I know what the problem is.
What is that?
I kept on opening my AirPods thing and it keeps on fucking up the MacBook.
Oh,
I'm gonna
really?
stop. Yeah, it's crazy. But like with Snapchat, it's interesting because it's such like a direct way of advertising. It's like almost meant for kids. Like they
Snapchat?
know, yeah, like they know their audience so well.
Hmm. Like, does it work? Like, it
The,
definitely has to work, I guess. Like, let me see
yeah,
what's on
well,
my Snapchat.
the last time I went on it, it was like the Cats film, a trailer for that, and I was like, wow, like these movie studios, they know what's up.
I get a lot of Travis and Kylie shit.
Really. Yo,
Yeah.
is everyone's Snapchat different? Because I get like a lot of like Logan Paul and like
You get
TikTok
Logan
shit.
Paul?
Yeah.
No, I
I
get
even
like,
have I even have a David Dobrik one.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Whoa. No, I get a lot of Kim Kardashian, like Kendall Jenner, like that sort of stuff.
Bro, this is so cancer. This is not substantial at all to anyone's life.
I wonder, does somebody ever like? So I'm just finding out now that you can keep scrolling down. So go to your Snapchat and you can go keep going down, and it goes on forever.
Oh my god.
Like look
Yo,
at these like
I'm gonna find the
magazines.
bottom of this. Okay, I'm literally like these random people from Punjab. I see their
Yeah,
stories
yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I see that too.
The fuck, dude. Fuck.
Oh, I found David Dobrik.
Oh,
Did
yeah, you got
David
him.
embarrass himself? It's like, and then they like, so they show you like something, and then when you click on it, it might be like 4 or 5 like slides down. So you have to like keep swiping through like a bunch of other advertisements before you even get to what you want to look at. It's crazy.
So is Snapchat smart for adopting this? I think it's smart.
Why? I mean, it
Look how
works.
much look how much money they're making off of this, dude. There's so many different publications,
Mm-hmm. That's like
and
the thing with all. What?
they're also producing their own content. Like it's a
Oh yeah,
Snap
yeah.
original, bro.
Do you get those like horror story things? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
It's like it shows you like 5 messages, and it's like supposedly scary. It's like a cliffhanger, like oh, somebody's in the house or something.
Don't tell me that's not some middle school shit.
Yeah, like it. I don't think it's like marketed towards us. I don't know if any like 21-year-olds are like watching that shit.
Yeah, I'm sure it's predominantly kids, like under the age of like 15 or maybe even 17.
That's like kids are like now that I'm not a kid, like I see that everything on the internet is like marketed towards the kids. You know?
Yeah, like a large a large majority.
Yeah. And I like I
Actually,
wonder why.
well, it's easy, right? It's like what's the
Is
expression I'm looking for? It's like a very like marketable audience.
mm,
Like I was talking to one of my friends a few weeks ago, and he said that there's only a few things that people really spend their money on, no
okay.
matter what. One of them is weddings. Like people just go all out on weddings
Yeah.
for whatever reason. They don't care about how much money they have. This is the once in a lifetime thing. They're just gonna go with it.
Okay.
Second thing is Christmas shopping. Like
Christmas, eh?
people really spend money during Christmas.
Mm.
And the third thing is money on their children when it comes to like toys.
Mm-hmm.
Like parents will spend money on their kids if it makes them happy. If they're like financially viable.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I think it's like a very easy way to make money online. Like when you look at all these different merch shops online, for all these different YouTubers. Like
Mhm.
it's not like adults buying it, it's children with like their mom's credit card.
That's true. I also think like maybe when you get older, it's like harder to like maybe we all like go into like a certain niche, you know, and we have a more like diverse set of interests and stuff. But all the kids, they're like maybe they all enjoy like the same type of comedy, you know, and they're
Yeah.
always in the social environment where you can spread this like viral funny shit or like viral like, kid stuff really easily in school, right? That might
Yeah,
also
and
be like a big thing.
not only can you share it, but you're expected to share it now.
Mm.
Like it's like like if you go to school and you don't watch a certain YouTuber, you don't know about them, then you're lame. You know,
Really?
you got to be up to date. Well, I don't know. Like for me, it's very anecdotal because my sister's 11 years old
Hmm.
now, so she tells me about like all the kids in her class. And like a few years ago, when she was in grade two, she's in grade six or grade seven now.
Hmm.
But when she was in grade two, like everyone in her class watched Logan Paul when he was like popping,
Mm.
and I was like, wow, like that's insane. Like you guys start that young. Like when I was in grade two, I was watching like Treehouse. I'm not even joking. Like
Hmm.
I was watching something so much more like kid friendly than
Substantial.
you.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing with Treehouse is they're actually trying to teach you some shit. Like as minuscule as it may be, they're still
Yeah.
trying to teach kids like how to counter, how to exercise. There's some type of like lesson that they're trying
Yeah.
to teach. Whereas with
Yeah.
Logan Paul, it's like the lesson he's trying to teach is to buy his merch. So like I guess I can see how it works.
I don't know if like I haven't been seeing any like Logan Paul like headlines recently. Okay, like he just had like a fight, didn't he? Something like that.
Yeah.
But I remember a few years back, it was like very big, like Logan Paul and like Rice Gum and shit. Like I would always hear about them. And so I don't know how are they doing right now? Are they still up to the same
Um,
like type of stuff?
I would say Logan is back on his game because he started a podcast, which is kind
Okay.
of like it's like Inception right now because we're on one, but he started
Uh-huh.
one, and I think that really got his like older audience into it. Like me personally, I don't like Logan Paul for his
Mm-mm.
vlogs. It's all because of his podcast because he has like such a good group of people around him, and he's been through enough in the past few years where he can actually speak on things and like have a fresh like take on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I sent you a video talking about like David Dobrik's earnings, right?
Yeah. That's why I was like asking you this because like I watched that and I was like, okay, like this seems like a much more like mature and like interesting like just like content. So I'm
Hmm.
like maybe he's kind of grown up with his like 10-year-old audience, you know.
Yeah. The, there's this one episode they had like I think it was like with Dwarf Mamba, like his miniature friend
Okay. Miniature friend.
or like little person. I don't know because apparently calling them midgets is a like a bad word now. Like you can't call them a midget.
Okay. So
Okay,
you
his
call him
dwarf.
a miniature.
Fuck, I don't. Okay, let's call him a little person. Okay,
Okay, sure.
he was on the podcast
Yeah, I see him. Yeah.
and they had like this really big like heart to heart pretty much like all four of them about how uh Evan, that's his name, he like
Uh-huh.
spends all of his time in his room just playing video games and like smoking weed and like he talks about his depression and he really like they really dive into it
Uh-huh.
and it's like so interesting to see this
From
compared to
Logan
like
Paul.
yeah from like his vlogs where they're just like doing dumb shit for children. Like this is actually like proper content and like we can consume and like take something out of it. So I'd say like they're definitely, or at least he's definitely grown up. But it's also the
Hmm.
team around him. Like I don't watch it for Logan. I watch it for Mike. Like he's like more than half the reason why I watch it.
Mm.
But in terms of Rice Gum, like I have no idea. Like I don't know about those guys. I never watched them anyways.
Yeah, I don't watch them. So Logan Paul has a little person in his squad.
Yeah.
David Dobrik also has a little person in his squad.
Does he?
Yeah, Big Nick.
Big Nick. Who's
You
that?
don't know Big Nick?
No.
He's like the brown
Yo,
guy
I'm not.
with the blue hair.
I this is like older episodes because I don't know.
No, I think he's still here.
Well, let me search him up.
Search up Big Nick, the artist of such iconic songs as "Look at My Flicks."
Oh, this guy. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I've seen him. Damn, he's in his vlogs.
Yeah,
Damn, yo, this guy blew up then. I
yeah,
remember
man.
seeing him on Vine.
Yo, I don't understand. How did they convert like a Vine like success into just like real success? I don't get that.
Well, part of the reason is they got forced off of Vine, so they had to find something.
Do you think that was a good thing for them, for their
Um,
careers?
yeah, yeah, definitely for the careers, absolutely. But the introduction of TikTok is not a good thing for anyone
Why?
because like for Vine to end, like it
Uh-huh.
needed to be replaced by something, and that something was TikTok.
Okay.
So in the long run, I don't think it was a good thing because with Vine it was like actual creation,
Okay.
whereas with TikTok it's more so like trends and like different types of like challenges, if you know what I
Really?
mean. Like I don't go on TikTok much, but anytime I do see them, it's usually like a random trend or like a song that's popping. And like
Oh.
when it comes to Vine, it was more like sketch comedy where you have like 7 seconds to like create a concept or like form a premise, deliver a punchline, and then have a climax, and all in 7 seconds. So it kind of like forced people to get creative with things. So when it shut off completely, it kind of forced all these big Vine stars to go on YouTube and create long form content. And like we see what that did, right? Like with Logan Paul, with Cody Ko, Noel Miller, even David Dobrik.
David Dobrik, yeah. But even this guy makes TikToks.
Which guy?
David Dobrik. I'm watching a TikTok right now of David and Natalie.
I'm sure they make TikToks.
Oh my god. So this is in 7 seconds.
No, this can be like a minute, I think.
Oh.
Pretty much like what you can do on TikTok is follow a trend and then get popular. Whereas in
Hmm.
Vine, you had to almost make a trend or like come up with a new concept or idea.
Hmm.
But like, don't get me wrong, like there's still really shit content on Vine, or there was anyways. Like Lele Pons or like Hannah Stocking, or like those like really shitty YouTubers now.
Yes.
Like those guys still came from Vine, but it's like a bit of good and a bit of bad.
Hmm. Damn. Like I remember when like I never used Vine. Like I don't even think I had it installed ever.
Mhm.
But I always thought it was like really dumb. Like I was like I couldn't foresee it like being important in any way.
Dude, it is so important.
Really.
Yeah, man. Like even the young kids, like they watch Vine compilations all the time. I'm not even joking, bro. Like they know the Vine like quotes and shit.
Yeah, yeah, the Vine references and shit. I saw like I saw some recommendations in my YouTube. It's like TikToks that radiate the same energy as Vine. So like that made me realize okay, there's definitely like a difference, between them.
Yeah, there definitely is. Yeah.
There's gonna be
Anyways,
like
no, go
go
ahead.
ahead. Now you go ahead. Now you
I
go
was gonna
ahead.
change the topic completely, so you can
I
finish what you're saying.
was just gonna say that there's gonna be like 15-year-olds now when they grow up, they're gonna be like they're gonna talk about 10-year-olds like they didn't know what the fuck Vine was.
Yeah,
Like, oh, these guys definitely didn't grow up with Vines. You can tell because of this reason.
yeah, they're just retarded
Because they grew up on
because they
TikToks and
grew up
not
on.
Vine.
Yeah, exactly. No, but we were talking about kids on YouTube and
Hmm.
how like almost everything online is almost marketed towards kids. Did you hear about the new YouTube policy that's coming in next month?
What's happening?
So there was like these YouTube channels online that were specifically made for kids. Like one of them is Ryan's toy review channel,
Okay.
and it's one of the most profitable channels on YouTube. Like they make like 22 million in total,
What the heck?
which is crazy
They have
because
22 million subscribers.
no, 22 million dollars.
No, but they have 22 million subscribers too.
Oh wow. Okay, yeah. So it's one of the most profitable channels on YouTube
Uh-huh.
because it's just kids watching it. So it's like, and it's very advertiser friendly. So like,
Mm,
there's a bunch of ads on it. You can't really get demonetized on it. But
I see.
there was this one like one agency that said within the terms of YouTube guidelines, you have to be 13 or older to make an account. So like when you have these kids making YouTube videos, like it doesn't really like it shouldn't work. You shouldn't be making money off of it. And like there's also
Mm-hmm.
some channels that are like directed towards kids. I'm putting like air quotes. They're
Okay.
directed towards kids, but they're like kind of predatory. Like they're not for kids at all.
Okay.
So they wanted to like change that up, and they were suing YouTube for like 140 million or something. So YouTube settled, and they also decided to change their policy so that whenever you upload a video,
Mhm.
you have to check mark it and say either it's for kids or it's like for the general audience or it's for people above 18.
Okay.
And if you write it's for kids, then you can't make any money off of it. You won't get recommended as much. And one last thing, you won't get recommended as much, and the comments are turned off completely.
Whoa.
So pretty much all these channels for kids are like fucked. Like you can't make money off of them. You can't have any engagement. The views are gonna drop completely. So it's like a very big
Yo,
change.
that's beast.
And one other big thing that I forgot to mention, YouTube can automatically decide whether or not it's for kids if they look at your channel, and that's through machine learning. And if they decide it's for kids and you have it as like for the general public, then you can get like a strike on your channel, and or you can get fined by the agency that put in this
What?
guideline.
So Ryan's World, they can't say, "Oh, this is just a general like for the general population."
No, because that's clearly for kids. Like no child or not no adult is gonna watch that video.
I don't know if that's gonna hold up, but that's kind of fucked.
It's crazy, yeah.
Damn.
And I don't. For me, it's weird because you remember when the adpocalypse happened and everyone was trying to be
Yeah,
like
like, I was
like
just gonna say this is like the opposite of what just happened.
yeah, that's why everyone's mad because like no one knows what they're supposed to do now. Like either you be super edgy and not get advertiser money, or you be kid friendly and not make any money regardless.
Damn. Man, YouTube. I was gonna say YouTube has changed, but I have no clue. Like maybe it was always like shitty for the creators.
Not always. Like people made so much money off of it back in the
Yeah,
day. Like
like
you remember Bart Baker?
Bart Baker.
Yeah,
I don't know who that is.
he was the guy that used to make those parody videos of like pop songs.
Sorry, I can't search for.
Oh, whoops.
Oh, I don't know this guy.
Really? You've never seen him before?
No.
In like 2012, he was making like even like I guess since 2012, he was making a bunch of like very popular parody videos of like Taylor Swift or like One Direction, making a
Yeah, yeah.
bunch of money, and it was like proper sets. You know what I mean? Like it was a proper recreation of the music video, and he was making a lot of money on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
And then the adpocalypse happened. I'm not sure if you know what that is. Do you?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Do you know what the adpocalypse is?
Isn't that when a lot of stuff got demonetized because it was like not kid friendly?
Yeah, like it wasn't friendly for the advertisers, pretty much.
Mm.
Like it was too edgy for advertising. And it also allowed like these big music labels to flag the videos for copyright if it was like a parody or even like the actual song itself.
Yeah.
So after the adpocalypse, he completely stopped making money,
Mm.
and apparently he's doing some crazy shit now in China.
Really?
Yeah, like this Chinese company hired him to like live stream to Chinese audiences, and he like does like very like Chinese patriotic stuff. Like he sings the national anthem in English. I'm not even joking, bro. Like you
I,
think I'm joking, but I'm
I
not.
see it. I see it.
It's
Uh,
so fucking weird. It's like bizarre.
his work consists of translating and singing Chinese songs on the social media app Kwai. Wow. Yeah, so he moved to Shanghai, and he's
Yeah,
gonna
apparently he's
develop his
moving there.
career as a internet content creator in China. It's crazy that this is like a career now,
Yeah.
like
You
content
know,
creator.
but no, I watched a video. It's like a Vice documentary, not a documentary, but like a short. And
Mm-hmm.
they interviewed the company that hired him in China, and
Uh huh.
they were like, aren't you afraid of like if he like says something wrong or if there's like outrage around him? Like, what are you gonna do if the Chinese population doesn't like him? And
Mm-hmm.
the company was like, we have worried about that. We have thought about that, especially because his past videos promote like him smoking weed and all these like crazy things. So we're afraid that the general public might find that.
Uh
But
huh.
apparently they have like some restrictions on YouTube in China. Or I don't even know if they have YouTube. I think it might be something
Mm-hmm.
else. But they have restrictions on it, so they're trying to cover it up now.
I see. Chinese YouTube. They have something called Youku.
Hmm. And to bridge the previous topic, TikTok to China, did you hear about the national security threat that
With
TikTok
TikTok, right?
poses?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, they're gonna shut down TikTok now, huh?
Ah, fuck, man. This is crazy, dude.
It's insane how like how all of this has converged and integrated with like politics and like elections and all this stuff that's going on in the world, and just like it's insane. Like I feel like 10 years ago when I was just watching like COD videos, not even that, I don't even think COD videos were going on then. When I was just watching like Ryan Higa and stuff, I I
Yeah.
I would I like did not expect just in like a decade like how integrated this is into just our life.
Fuck, dude.
It's so impactful.
But the writing was on the wall, if you think about it. Like,
Yeah,
someone could
like
have predicted this 10 years ago.
yeah, someone, I'm sure people have definitely predicted this. Like I'm 100% sure. It's probably like in some like books like with some George Orwell thing. I don't know. But I don't know. I was like a kid, so I guess I didn't see it, but
Yeah.
it's actually
Yeah, because
insane.
it's like the whole world on one platform. So there's bound to be some form of like I don't know what the word is, but uh like just racketeering in elections, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And even with Brexit in
Yeah,
Europe over there, like some shit happens there too
yeah.
online.
I just saw that too, bro. It's actually crazy. It's actually amazing. Um, yeah, it's
I also feel like humanity kind of exponentially grew up grew up, I guess. Not grew up, but like it changed exponentially since the past 10 years.
yeah.
It's weird.
I feel like I know this sounds dumb, but like I feel like we're not like our brains aren't like able to, we're not able to handle this. You know, this is not
No,
normal.
we're not.
This is so not normal. And like the human brain can be like exploited. Like it's like a, you know, it's just like a freaking machine, and it's not, it hasn't been trained for this or evolved for this. And yeah, like I feel like our brains are just constantly being exploited like every single day.
If you look at the average brain activity of someone from today, compared that to like someone from 20 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
it's crazy because we're always like reading something or looking at our screens, consuming content.
Yeah.
Like our brains are just always on now. I mean, they were always on before, but now it's like we're constantly like observing something or trying to take away something from a video or maybe even a podcast or I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. I feel like there's a lot of things that are dying off in the 21st century. Like I
Okay.
think by like we're talking about 10 years before. I think 10 years from now, I think the line between traditional media and digital media is going to be so blurred
Mm-hmm.
that like we're already seeing like no difference between the two.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I think
I don't,
traditional media is definitely dying off, and that includes like TV stations. I'm talking about publications that publish newspapers.
yeah, magazines, radios.
Yeah,
No,
and I don't
I
know if it's
completely
a good
agree.
thing.
I don't know if it's a good thing either. I'm starting. We're starting very like we sound like boomers, you know. But
Not really.
yeah, I don't know.
I think I
Maybe
think a boomer I think a boomer wouldn't even like
no. A
bother
boomer
to
wouldn't even understand.
yeah. Like we're Gen Z, we're not even millennials, bro.
Yeah, no, we're not millennial. I don't know if we're Gen Z either.
I think we are.
Yeah.
Because millennial stops at 95, I believe.
Hmm. I know, but like we're a bit older than what I feel a lot of the stuff is for. Just
Mm.
slightly, just slightly, not by a lot.
Yeah, I guess because we were born like right after millennials ended. So like
Hmm.
we're on the cusp of it pretty much.
Yeah.
Whereas you have people growing up or being born in 2006 where like where digital media is like almost native to them.
Hmm.
Like that's not us.
But isn't it like, do you don't you think people like 10 years older than us were thinking the same thing 10 years
Like
ago?
what?
Like I don't know, they were just thinking like about how connected everyone is and the negatives involved in that.
I mean, if people were thinking about it 10 years ago, then they were correct.
Yeah.
I mean, not to sound negative, but I mean they're not wrong. Yo, I can get real negative real fast. I have a theory.
You have a theory? What's the theory?
It has to do with dark web, and I think you already know where I'm going with this.
Okay.
So when we grew up, especially like in our
Uh
teens,
huh.
we always heard about the dark web.
Yes.
Like we knew what it was. We
Yeah.
knew what we could get on there, and
Yeah.
we knew that if we really wanted to, we could also get onto the dark web if we really wanted to.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now we have people growing up that are born today, and when they're 17 or 18, I believe that the dark web will pretty much not become like the standard, but it like you'll see a lot more crossover on there. And I think
Really?
people, yeah, and I think someone eventually will make like a YouTube type of thing on the dark web where everything goes. Like you think on the internet now, anything goes.
Oh. Oh.
You
I
think you
see.
think you think this is the dark, or do you think this is the Wild West? No, the dark web is really the Wild West.
So you think it's gonna be like people are gonna get kind of like annoyed with all this like corporate involvement and how like artificial everything is, and they're gonna
Yes.
like go somewhere where like they truly have like free speech, or like they truly have like the ability to like do whatever, find whatever.
Yes, and I think in 30 years, you'll see a lot more people on the dark web than the regular web.
Really, that's interesting.
I
Because
mean,
I
it makes
haven't heard
sense.
too much about the dark web recently, but that would be like a really cool, I guess, like reaction to what's going on on the internet these days.
Yeah. And think about it, like everything on the dark web is bought by Bitcoin or any form of cryptocurrency. And that's what the economy is suggesting. Like that's what we're going towards, right? Like year
Okay,
by year. So
that'd
I
be
don't know, all
cool.
the signs are leading to that. I don't know if it would be cool. It'd be kind of fucked.
It'd be kind of fucked, but I'm gonna start doing some dark web content creation.
Fuck, dude, that's so scary. That could be anything. You could literally put anything on there. No one's gonna track you.
Damn. I like I used to search up guides on how to like get into the dark web, and like, but I never did it. I should have.
Why? Why not?
I don't know. I just wanted to see like what was going on, but I never did it.
I've done it once,
Really?
and like, yeah, it was kind of sketchy. Not gonna lie. Like, I know there's no reason to be scared, but I was pretty scared.
Hmm.
Like, it was just a weird vibe to it, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, the reason they made the dark web was, I believe it was the U.S. government made it so that like military people can like communicate on there without being tracked.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I read online, but I'm not sure if it's true.
Hmm.
So, here, let me look at this list. Okay, this is a cool fact that I learned last night, and I couldn't believe it when I read
Uh-huh.
it. Did you know that Jared Leto is 47 years old?
Jared Leto,
He's 47.
47.
Yeah, I thought he was like mid 30s.
Oh yeah, no, he's an attractive male. He's a young-looking attractive male.
No, I just can't get over. Look at his face, bro. Like that is not the face of a 47-year-old. Like what the fuck? Like my dad is younger than that, and he looks way older.
Your dad hasn't been a rock star though, you know.
I guess he hasn't had any type of cosmetic surgeries.
Yo, now that I've been watching these guys, I feel like everybody's getting cosmetic surgery. Like, is that like really normal
Yeah,
in Hollywood?
I think so. Because even with someone like J Lo, isn't how old is she? She's like around there too, right?
Jennifer Lopez,
And she looks so young.
she's 50.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, she looks very young.
Yeah, I think so, man.
I
Especially
think
now that there's like proper education on how to like stay fit in terms of like nutrition and
yeah,
exercise. I think,
I was just
yeah,
gonna say I think
definitely.
these guys are like it also has to do with that they've probably stayed fit and like healthy throughout their entire life, or at least throughout like their career.
Yeah,
And there probably is like a lot of cosmetics in there, a lot of Facetune.
real life Facetune.
Yo, Facetune is also like a weird one, but like it actually
Is that an
works.
app where you can like take away
Yeah,
you can like take away blemishes and shit?
yeah. I literally downloaded it yesterday to try it out. Yo, it's actually crazy. Works pretty well. Not gonna lie.
Is that what like is that what it is when I see someone on Instagram and they have like a caked out face but it doesn't look real? Is that what that
Yeah,
Facetune thing
yeah.
is? Okay. I've always wondered.
Oh, it looks like they've made a sequel, Facetune 2.
How can that do?
Facetune 2, eh?
That could probably like affect your body then.
No, oh yeah, they already have that, I think.
What? How can they even improve on that then?
James Charles, how to take your selfies from drab to fab. Facetune tutorial. Wow, it's an actual tutorial.
Nah, man, you can't use that stuff. You gotta be real.
No, I don't use it. I'm like, I like showing my face just how it is. I'm down
If
for
you
that.
had if you had a brand deal where you had to show off like I don't know, a protein
Merch,
powder.
protein powder, sure.
No, let's say protein
Okay, I
powder.
picked the wrong
Would you
kind
do
of fucking
Facetune?
stuff. Protein powder.
All right, how about like sunglasses? Let's say like you're doing a
Okay,
brand deal for these like pair of shades.
okay.
Would you Facetune your face?
I mean, it's not up to me.
It is up to you.
Okay, so it's up to me at this point.
You just have to
Um,
show the sunglasses. That's all you have to do.
yeah, I think I would
Hmm.
because I'm representing another company. You got to look the best, you know. Also, I want more. I would want more sponsorships and shit.
Yeah, fair. Then I can't blame these IG thoughties on doing it.
Like yeah, I can't blame it. How much? What do you feel about this idea about like what do you call it? The standards, really high standards. Sorry, what's it called? Unachievable, like body standards.
Well, to me, I, I think it's not good, but I think people are also at the same time learning that it is unattainable.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the beginning, when you're a child and you see that type of stuff, you really want to, try your hardest to look like that.
Mm-hmm.
And but then like once you get older, you kind of realize that it's all like for show.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I hope people are starting to realize that because I know it does have an effect on younger people in specific.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's a step in the wrong direction.
Okay.
Like everything is so sexualized now, and like in the best way for guys, I guess. because if you go on Instagram and you just go on your explore page, you're bound to find at least one like Instagram model, right?
Mm-hmm.
With like an insane body. But
Mm-hmm.
I think we all know that in real life, like that type of stuff doesn't exist for the people around you and for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So I think once you come to terms with that, it kind of like you kind of just use it for like entertainment, I guess.
Okay. Do you think so? So you think like these body image issues are like happening more often because of like social media?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I don't know what else it could be. You think magazines are doing that type of stuff?
Like they probably back in the day when it was only magazines and shit, that did have an effect. But now it's much more with social media.
Yeah, because back in the day, unless you buy those magazines, you only see them in stores, right? Or like in
Mm-hmm.
convenience stores. Now it's like on your phone and like a lot more too.
It's true. But we don't have to go on social media.
Yeah, but like you really expect people not to?
I think it's really hard to get out of it.
The only time I don't do it is when I have final exams
Mm-hmm.
and I keep my mind on one thing, which is studying. But
Mm-hmm.
it keeps my mind off of it anyways. But yeah, if I'm like over the summer, if I'm like working or something, then it's hard to stay off of it because it's like, what else do I do, you know?
Mm. Do you think we're all addicted?
Yeah, at one in one way or another, yeah. What do you think?
Um, I haven't made my mind up.
Well, here's an experiment for you.
Stop using it.
No, just for one day. Just don't go on it for one day and see if you can do that.
I don't think I'll be able to.
Then you're fucking addicted. That's like saying like, oh, just don't go one day without smoking cigarettes, or go one day without smoking cigarettes, and oh, I don't think I can do that.
It's more that like I don't know what else I would. Okay, now I sound like a fucking loser, but if I'm just like chilling or like if I'm on the bus, what else would I do? You know, why would I just
You can do
stare?
a lot of
Why would I?
things.
Why would I just stare like into the bus or out the window when I could be looking at something? Which I think this is what you were talking about earlier too. Like we're always consuming so much information and data. It's very weird when we have to stop consuming that.
Yeah, I realized that on the train actually because there's a part like I take my train from here to the university,
Hmm.
and there's like two stops where it's outside, and then the rest of the ride it's underground, so there's no like internet.
Okay.
So it's really weird for me because I can't go online. All
Yeah.
I can do is listen to music. But even then, like I don't. Other than like this weekend, before this weekend, I didn't have any AirPods or any type of like earphones. So I was just like there myself, looking at people, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, is this what people used to do?
I know exactly how you feel. When I take the subway, only certain like areas have Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I, I I
I
mean, I
I'm
don't.
just stuck there feeling like I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to be doing. I listen to music, but then like my eyes are still my eyes still have nothing to do. It's like okay, my ears are feeling happy, but my eyes are still fucking bored.
So, do you think that feeling is like an evolutionary response our brains are going through because
What
we're
do you
always
mean?
consuming content? So, like now that we don't have anything to do, our eyes are like, and our brains are like, what the fuck? Like, what am I supposed to do
Yeah,
here?
like
Like, if we didn't have that much content to consume beforehand, I think we would
mhm,
be completely content with just staying still and
mhm.
observing things.
Yeah, that's probably true. I feel like we're so like it's such a habit now.
Yeah, for sure.
And I don't think it's only people who've grown up with it. Have you ever seen like an older person who gets a phone or like gets WhatsApp?
Yeah,
Yo, these guys get addicted.
yeah,
Like
yeah. My
these guys,
grandfather.
yeah, these guys I feel like they're more susceptible than us.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they're more susceptible. I think they're equally.
But they haven't seen this their entire life, and then now only now when they're like over the age of 50, getting a taste of it, and I think it's really overwhelming, and I think it's really
Yeah.
hard for them to realize like what's happening.
Yeah. I also think a large variable in that is the lack of, or I guess the abundance of time they have. Like they're not working or anything. They're not
That's
going
true.
to school.
Yeah.
So like yeah, like it's like what else do I do? Like they go on YouTube. Like my grandfather, he's either on WhatsApp or he's on YouTube watching like Tarak Mehta. So and like I don't blame him, right? Like that's fun. Like that's what else do you want?
It is fun. Damn. 21st century, eh?
Yeah.
How long do you think it's gonna last until like we go back to the Stone Age? Because I think that's gonna happen.
What sense? Explain what you mean.
Don't you think there's gonna be a point at which, for whatever reason, maybe like because of war or some tragedy, some global warming, we're gonna start devolving like technologically in society and in a society sense backwards. Like there's no way we can keep this cell phone, the social media stuff forever.
Yeah, well, I don't know about like going completely back, but I have thought about the idea of it being not cool to be on social media at some point. Because like if you grew up on social media now, if you're born now,
Mm-hmm.
like a whole generation before you has already been on it. So when
Yeah.
you're growing up, I feel like people are gonna form groups where they don't want to be on there. Like they don't want to turn out like the people before them. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like I
But
guess I'm putting too much hope in humanity for that, but I don't think
don't you don't you think something will come and replace it?
social media.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude,
Like I
that's
don't know what that would even be.
maybe like regulations, like we were talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe there's gonna be like some form of regulation where, like, I don't know. I really don't know. But
See,
I'd hope that there's a step forward by going back.
yeah, I hope so. But I feel like people always find there's always a way to exploit like kids. Remember when we were growing up, how much, maybe not when we were in high school, but let's say when we were like 10 years old,
Mhm.
how much media and I guess warning there was about smoking cigarettes. Like for our generation, it was like smoking cigarettes is like not cool.
Yeah.
But then just like a few years after that, vaping is like all the rage.
Yeah, but
And
that's different though.
but it's the same thing. It's like okay, we moved past cigarettes, but now they just found another way to just get people addicted to nicotine.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's true for sure, but I think that's more a problem on like regulating it
Mm,
because the reason vaping was invented is so that cigarette users can actually get off cigarettes,
yeah.
right? But yeah, it went down to the level of like children using it now, which is not
Yeah.
good.
It's like we've devolved.
Yeah, yeah. But would you rather have someone vaping or smoking cigarettes, a kid? Like, I guess that's the question to ask.
Yeah, I'd rather have them vaping, but
I mean, I'd rather have them doing neither, but if I had to pick between the two,
there was a point I felt in our school life that people were doing neither.
yeah, that was a good balance.
Yeah, it was a good balance. And then all the
But
fucking vape gods on Vine, they got him with the tricks.
vape gods on Vine. Yeah. Um, you know, how Trump was like thinking of banning vaping or vapes,
Uh-huh.
and he like proposed a policy to put in place, but he actually backed out of it last minute.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he realized it's like a multi-billion-dollar industry. Like a lot of people are fucking doing it.
Yeah, he probably got some funding,
Yeah.
Bro, I'm so like disillusioned with politics and stuff right now.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I wanted to talk about this about impeachment, not the impeachment in specific, but like what our perspective on it is as an outsider in Canada who barely
Mhm.
pays attention to politics.
Mhm.
So I know about the phone call where it was like with the Prime Minister of Sweden, and
Mhm.
he Trump asked the Prime Minister of Sweden to like investigate a certain, I think it was Joe Biden and his son
Mhm.
Hunter Biden. So apparently that's like a form of like you can't do that. You can get impeached for that.
Mhm.
And and now they're throwing around this word quid pro quo. Do you know what that is?
No, I did not.
Okay, I'm gonna search this up because the
Oh,
whole situation is so like I have no idea what's happening, and I feel like this story has been going on for like 2 months now.
oh, it means the favorite like you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
Ah, okay, yeah. So that's pretty much what they were doing, like on the phone call.
Okay.
So that's I guess that's what you can get impeached for a quid pro quo.
Well, yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, do you want Trump to get impeached right now, 1 year out of elections?
Like what would be the ramifications?
Well, the ramifications would be that he would not get elected the next term. And then for the rest of the year, Mike Pence would be the president.
Yeah, I've heard people being worried about Mike Pence being president because supposedly he's not stupid, but he's so he can actually do like great harm, supposedly. Um, I don't know. I
Hmm.
think it would just be funny for Trump to be impeached.
Yeah, for the memes.
Yeah, just for the memes, like, okay, yeah, he got impeached.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's if he gets reelected next year or next term, I think two things can happen. One of two things.
Hmm.
Either it's another 4 years of what we're going through now, where it's like the nation is divided and
Uh-huh.
everyone's trying to be politically correct and woke. I put that
Okay.
in air quotes. Or people just don't give a fuck anymore, including companies,
Uh-huh.
and and I think things get a lot like more real. I guess that veil of like political correctness and the fact that you're watching TV and certain things can't be said, that just goes away. And I think people either fall on one side of the spectrum or another.
Mm.
I don't know which side it'll be, but I can see both happening.
Okay. I feel like people will be very, very riled up if Trump gets reelected
Me too. Dude,
on
I don't know if I can take
both
I,
sides.
I don't know if I can take 4 more years of this, man,
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah. I honestly don't think I can take 4 more years either, because like it was funny for the first couple years, and it's still funny now. but but yo, another 4 years of this would be insane. Um, and honestly, I would like lose so much respect for not like America, but just people, just like humanity in general, if Trump was reelected.
Yeah. I guess we'll see how the campaign trials go. That's what I'm
Yeah,
excited for, though.
the campaign.
Yeah, it's just like I know it's not supposed to be entertaining, but what can I say? I'm 21st century man.
That's all it is. Like the debates and shit. It's just like entertainment.
Yo, I could not get over how shitty the debates are. Like even for Canadian elections, like
Yeah,
who's like actually making a case for themselves on here? Like they're just looking for like 45-second sound bites. Like it makes no sense.
yeah, like stuff like that. Maybe maybe it's just us getting older and like realizing, or maybe like it's becoming more and more blatant now. But stuff
Yeah,
like that is really making me
definitely.
like disillusioned with this entire idea of like we have a democracy and we all make a rational decision based on our own self-interest and beliefs on like our favorite on like the representative that will represent us the best. It's
Hmm.
it just makes me feel like, like this doesn't even feel like a real thing. It just feels like a big scam.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Like the disillusionment, because I didn't
Yeah.
have that before. Actually, I kind of still had that before, even when I was in like social studies and I was
Hmm.
learning about like the party system and like how representatives get elected. I
Yeah.
always thought that like it's not a perfect system. It's not foolproof. There's always gonna be
Yeah.
people on either side that are upset. And
Mhm.
even when you elect your official, there's a very small chance that they'll actually deliver on their promises.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I kind of always had that, which is why, now that I think about it, it's one of the only reasons why I was never interested in social studies,
Mhm.
because I always found it to be like not a real like not a real way to get things done, or not an
Mhm.
efficient way, I should say.
Okay.
But do you think that things can get done in a two-party system,
In a two-party system, like I think things can
like
be
in America?
I think things can get done, but I don't think it's very democratically like proper
Yeah,
because you're forced to pick
because like
between two sides, and I think there's much more than just two sides to a population. Like there's way more than two sides of like
yeah, it's
political
not black and
ideology.
white.
It's not black and white exactly. Um, and that's what really kind of pissed me off about our Canadian election too.
Bro.
And this is the first time I like I didn't follow it, but like I tried to like have like an opinion. I tried to like research about what was happening,
Yeah.
and yeah, it just kind of pisses me off that it's always either conservative or liberal, and it can't be anyone else.
Yeah, I mean, I think last election, not this last one, but the one in 2016.
Hmm.
Is that the year it was? Yeah, I think it was 2016. There was a real chance for NDP, I think. I don't know. The thing is, I never paid attention, right? And now that I do
Yeah.
pay attention, I still I don't feel any different about it than I did before. Like I
Mhm.
didn't find what I was looking for in like a any party.
Yeah.
And I talked to a few people, and they said that this election was definitely a lot worse than the ones before. There was just
Hmm.
so much going on with all the different like scandals with the blackface, and there was like the climate change strikes, and like all these different things happening that were so politically charged, and like it kind of like it took away the focus on what really matters,
Hmm.
and that's like the policies that the parties are providing or proposing.
Yeah.
So I
But see,
guess,
go ahead.
sorry, yeah. No, I was gonna say, like, is it always like that, or is it
That's what I
just
was gonna
because
say
I'm
too.
paying
Is it always
attention?
like that? Yeah, I was gonna like. Has it always been like this?
I don't think so, man.
Yeah, we're like 21, so we don't know.
I hope it's
But
not though, because man, I wanna participate in an election without feeling so indecisive.
yeah, and like for me, like I know that my voice is like my democratic vote is like it's useless.
I wouldn't consider it useless, but it is very
It
ineffective.
is super ineffective since my writing is gonna vote like 70% conservative, and I don't want to vote conservative.
Yeah, it's like if you live in New York, you voting for a conservative party, or I know it's not called conservative, but like it's a very liberal town, New York. So
Hmm.
like even if you vote for the other party, it's not going to make a difference.
Yeah,
It's like the same thing here.
yeah. So like yeah, I'm just disillusioned with that. But of course, when you say that, I can't necessarily think of like a better system.
Yeah, I can't either.
I mean, there's better ways of doing like voting and stuff. Um, there's better ways of like there's like electoral reform and stuff. We wanted that last election. Um, but I do prefer democracy over dictatorships. I will say that.
Oh, of course, yeah. That's everyone.
I've been feeling that while we have democracy, it's just kind of like an illusion for us to like be like for us to be happy that okay we have a voice, we have an opinion, we have a say, but I feel
Yeah,
like we can't actually change much.
I guess. Do you think that's because that's what the focus is on now, whereas before there was always like a common enemy for any country?
Mm,
Like throughout the 20th century, like America was always focused on the Soviet Union.
yeah.
So like when you're living in a neighborhood, and you look at your neighbor, you think, I don't really like him, but at least we're both against the Soviet Union. At least they're not a commie.
Okay, yeah.
But now there's no common enemies. So now you have to look at your neighbor and think, wow, I really don't like him.
Uh-huh. That might
So
be true.
yeah, because there's not really a focus on anything international that affects us directly. It's either the economy in our own country, which is really the discussion points for most of like these political elections, right? It's mostly the economy. I don't see a big push for social change as much as before. Like I think in the mid 2000s or 2010s, I guess that's what really was getting people to vote. It was getting social change, like being very trans friendly or LGBT friendly,
Mhm.
and that kind of thing. Now it's more to do with the economy because that's what people really want to. People want to make money, right?
Yeah. I feel like well, I feel like this past election and every election going forward, climate change is always going to be a big topic.
Mm-hmm.
And that obviously, especially for Canada, is always going to be related to the economy.
Yeah, because we have such a big like oil sands thing
Hmm.
sector.
It's crazy how everything becomes politicized. Again, I don't know if this was happening before or it's just like new. It probably was happening before,
Yeah, I
but
think it was.
it's like every single topic, there's immediately teams. Like, oh, you're on this team or this team, and it's always a fight. Like, I don't get what is there to fight about in climate change. Like, bruv, it's happening, and we gotta stop it.
But that's the thing. Some people don't think it's happening. That's what we're trying to fight.
Yeah, that's like crazy. Like even vaccination, like bruv, like it's the fact.
See, instead of focusing on enemy territory and wars in Iraq, we're focusing on vaccinations because what else is there?
What else is there to talk about now?
And I don't see how America can talk about climate change where they're not even part of the Paris Agreement.
They're not what?
They're not part of the Paris Agreement,
Hmm.
which is like the initiative for all the countries in the world to like lower their carbon emissions by like a certain year.
Didn't they
But Paris
leave?
Accords, yeah, I think they're in the process of leaving.
Damn.
So it was signed in 2016, which is relative like pretty recent. So it's a bunch of these big countries
Uh
that
huh.
that agreed to lower their carbon emissions by a
Okay.
certain year.
Mm-hmm.
Like they had to reach a target goal, and
Mm-hmm.
almost every major country is in that agreement, except for the United States, Syria, and Nicaragua.
Okay.
And the United States is a big one. Like the other two, it's not a big deal, but
But
they're
weren't
deciding to. Hmm?
wasn't every country like missing the targets anyways?
I don't know. I'm not too sure. I'm sure China was definitely missing it.
Mm.
I think Canada's fine because we don't have too many people.
Mm.
But the point is, like, we're at least trying something. There's at least some progress being made towards it, and
Yeah.
like there's eyes and ears on it.
Yep.
So I don't see how within the elections how people can talk about the climate, excuse me, and climate change without even being part of this agreement. Like I don't see how
Mm.
that works.
Yeah. Donald Trump is gonna withdraw by 2020, November 2020. Wow.
It's not good.